Good afternoon. Again, my name's John McConnell, the President and CEO of Victoria. I'm going to go through this quite quickly because they have us on a timeline here. The usual forward-looking statement. Now, this is a fairly busy slide, and the two bullets I want to talk to you about are the top left. So we're a little different story from most of the exploration and development companies here. We're actually building a gold mine in Canada's Yukon. We're about 60% complete on construction, and we'll be pouring gold sometime in the fall of this year. The next bullet there is also very important. In full production, we'll be producing 200,000 ounces of gold per year at an all-in sustaining cost of less than $750 per ounce. Use a gold price of $1,250. That's a $500 US per ounce of gold margin. 500 times 200,000. This little company will be cash flowing over $100 million per year. Just to show you where we are, we're right geographically in the center of the Yukon. And most people assume if you're in Canada's north, you have no infrastructure. We have great infrastructure. We have year-round road access. We're currently building a power line, so we'll tie into low-cost hydroelectric power. Community of Mayo is a small community, but it has a full-service airport, and there's currently 7 sched flights a week from Whitehorse to Mayo. I can leave Vancouver here on a 5 o'clock flight in the afternoon and be on our site by 11 o'clock that night. So great access. I thought it'd be interesting because I'm sure you've heard lots of talks. This is an actual timeline. People tell you they're going to be in production in 3 years. Well, depends on where they are in the process, but we acquired this property in 2009. At that time, it was what I would call an advanced stage exploration property. It had a number of holes on it. They had a resource. But over the last 10 years, we've put in $175 million to move the project forward, further exploration, drilling, baseline studies, feasibility studies, then financing. We received the project financing a year ago. We'll be pouring gold, as I said, in the fall of this year. So as my chairman likes to say, we'll have been a 10-year overnight success. This is a shot of the site, an aerial shot, starting at the bottom there. You can see the camp has a capacity of 440 people. Top right there, those horizontal lines are actually diamond drill roads, so that's where the open pit will be. Immediately to the left is the crusher area, primary, secondary, and tertiary crushers, an overland conveyor to the heap leach facility, and then the gold recovery plant. Just a few shots of construction. These are probably a week old, these photos, but you can see on the right there the primary crusher and what it'll look like when it's completed. Similarly, with the secondary and tertiary, on both these facilities, the primary, secondary, tertiary crushers, all the concrete work's done. The crushers have been put in place. Steel's going up, and we'll have those buildings cladded in by the end of February. So the work remaining right now is primarily electrical and mechanical. Similarly, at the gold recovery plant, all the equipment's in place there now. This is the only enclosed building on site, and it's heated, so everybody wants to work in this building right now. With big mines come big equipment. We have 2 60-40 Caterpillar shovels. The bucket capacity on that shovel is 50 tons. We also have 11 150-ton haul trucks, and numerous drills and D10s and wheel loaders. Our financing was a year ago, was with a syndicate made up of Orion, Osisko, and Caterpillar. Orion was debt and equity. Osisko was a royalty and equity. and Cat did an equipment lease. So we're fully financed through to production. We still like to do a little exploration. It drives me a little crazy. Even with my own board, we had a board meeting before Christmas, and at that point we had spent roughly $250 million constructing a mine, but all their questions were about the $2.5 million we had spent on exploration. We're focused right now on two areas east of Eagle, an area called Bluto and an area called Nugget. If you follow our press releases, we put out a press release on Friday. It's generated a lot of discussion here at the conference, but the headline number was something like 125 meters of 4.5 grams per ton gold. So it's early days out at Nugget, but our guys are very excited. Our geologists are at our booth. I encourage you to stop and have a look at some of the core. I'm hopeful this is the next Eagle, and we'll move from building one mine to building the next one. How do you make money on Victoria or any juniors? This is a classic chart. I think I first saw it 25 years ago. Pierre Lassonde giving a presentation when he was the CEO of Franco-Nevada. There's the early stage stuff, and there's where Victoria is now there to the right, going from a developer to producer. If you don't believe the chart, here's some real-life examples. You can see Torex, Roxgold, Pretium, TMAC, and Atlantic. There's share prices at the start of construction and their share price when they declared commercial production. Increases anywhere from 38% to 161%. If you don't believe my BS, 5 analysts covered our stock. You can see their target prices range anywhere from 80 cents to $1. Big shareholders now are Orion, Osisko, Sun Valley, Electrum, and Kinross. As well, you can see at the bottom there, I have a sizable holding. I recently purchased another 1.4 million shares. Sean Harvey and Sean Rusin and myself all participated in a flow-through financing we did at the end of last year, and that was at 50 cents. So we have a lot of confidence that the share price is going significantly higher. So why invest in Victoria? Fully financed. The project's been validated by Osisko and Orion. These are smart guys. They don't make rash decisions to invest. You're going to see a re-rating as we move from developer to producer. I think it's actually started over the last 6 weeks. We've moved from 30 cents to 45 cents today. 200,000 ounces is meaningful production in Canada, great exploration, and I think we're into a perfect storm for gold right now. Now I'm just going to show a short video that was taken last week on site and put together, and it'll give you some sense on where we are with construction. Can you turn up the music a little?
down here.
I think you'll agree it's starting to look like a mine. So thank you very much. Cheers.